Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for taking the time to check my latest video out. I am celebrating my birthday this week. That's why you can see this happy birthday balloon I have as decoration in the background. I hope all of you are having a good week and that you're off to a productive start this week. I wanted to talk about a story that was in the news about Howard University's decision to dismantle their classics department. This drew the attention of Dr. Cornel West. Dr. Cornel West is a professor of philosophy at Harvard University. I actually had the pleasure and privilege of meeting Dr. Cornel West when I was in college. He came to our school to give a lecture, and I attended the lecture, and I had a handheld recorder in order to record his talk. Well, as luck would have it, not for our faculty at the school, but for me, as luck would have it, my professor of propaganda actually took a course called Propaganda 101, and Father Putka was my professor, and he was recording Dr. West's talk, and he found that later the audio portion of the video had failed. So there was no audio in the video. Well, I told Father Putka that I was at the lecture and I recorded Dr. West's talk, and he had the idea of matching up the audio with his video. He was successfully able to do that, and he rewarded me by inviting me to the dinner after the lecture with Dr. Cornel West and the faculty. So, of course, I was very excited to do that, and I got a chance to meet Dr. Cornel West, and I actually got him to sign my copy of his Race Matters book. I'll show that to you there. You can see that there. And he took the time to sign the book. You can see his writing here. It's pretty cool. I'll show you guys that. And it says, to Brother Les, stay strong, love Cornel West. So that was really cool. But anyway, Dr. West wrote an opinion piece in the Washington Post, and he was of the opinion that it wasn't such a good idea for Howard University to dismantle the classics department. And his argument was that the classics teach us to grapple with some of the questions that have perplexed mankind throughout the ages, such as what it means to be a human being and what it means to wrestle with those questions that we have about our place in the universe. So I agree with Dr. West. I myself have tried to add some classics to my humble library that you can see behind me. I have, in the last couple weeks, added Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey. And I also have a couple of No Fear Shakespeare books. These are great because if you're intimidated by reading Shakespeare, what these books will do is provide the original text of Shakespeare along with a contemporary translation to make it easy for us to understand. So I've got Shakespeare's sonnets, and I also have Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. And along with those books, I also, from time to time, will pick up spark charts. These are great because they will present information that is helpful when studying the classics in a concise format. And you've got various key dates, such as this one for Western civilization, a nice fold-out chart there, and then I've got one for Greek and Roman mythology as well. And these are very inexpensive. They're like $5. You can pick these up at Barnes & Noble, as well as, classic editions. And I also noticed, this actually is a book that my mom brought home. This is called The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality. This is by Sheep Anta Diop, and I'll show that to you there. This is of particular interest because I noticed that the editor of this book is Mercer Cook, who is described as Professor Emeritus from Howard University. So I just say that to say that we can't cancel everything, guys. We cannot get so caught up in cancel culture that we start canceling everything. We can find a way to creatively blend the classics of Western civilization with literature from all over the world. Okay, and this is a great example of literature from the African perspective. Okay, so I just hope that you all will be encouraged. If you love to read, I'm going to be trying to work my way through classics. Some of them I have read portions of when I was in school, and now as an adult, especially going through these challenging times that we find ourselves in, I feel that there is so much confusion out there because we can go on social media and we can read memes and GIFs, and these are shared over and over again, but they don't necessarily contain the type of information that's going to help us to see an issue clearly. A lot of times we'll see propaganda used, we'll see metaphors and symbolism used in GIFs and in memes. And what's necessary today is for us to use critical thinking skills so that we're not necessarily swayed by conspiracy theories or politics when it comes to whatever challenges that we face today. So that being said, I hope that I can encourage you to read. And if you like the classics, please let me know what type of reading that you're doing. Perhaps you might inspire me to pick up a book. One thing that I've found in my life is that by talking to other book readers, I will pick up a title that I wouldn't necessarily have picked off the shelf for myself. So that being said, I want to just read one excerpt from Marcus Aurelius, who of course was a Roman emperor and also a philosopher. I happen to share the same birthday as Marcus Aurelius, April 26th. So in honor of my birthday, I will read just a quick excerpt from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, and it reads, "Every hour of the day, give vigorous attention as a Roman and as a man to the performance of the task in hand with precise analysis, with unaffected dignity, with human sympathy, with dispassionate justice, and to vacating your mind from all its other thoughts. And you will achieve this vacation if you perform each action as if it were the last of your life, freed, that is, from all lack of aim, from all passion-led deviation, from the ordinance of reason, from pretense, from love of self, from dissatisfaction with what fate has dealt you. You see how few things a man needs to master for the settled flow of a God-fearing life, the gods themselves as nothing more of one who keeps these observances." And so the takeaway for me is the part that speaks of reason, that we should live our life with intention. As it says on the back of the book, live each day as if it were your last. And when we have questions about what to believe, we should be appealing to reason, in my opinion, as opposed to sensational tweets or any sort of message in the media, social media, that might be orchestrated in order to arise passions and emotions within us, as opposed to sound reason, science, and facts. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. I hope it made sense. And you guys have a great week. And hopefully I'll be able to record another video in about a week's time or so. All right. So thank you very much once again for taking the time to watch my video. And I will see you guys later. Take care.